Jane, well, there are actually 3 different measures on the table regarding homelessness tonight. 2 of those have already passed. One of them is the one you mentioned there. The council approved an agreement to purchase property on East Sprague. It used to be a grocery outlet. They're putting down $50,000 in earnest money, basically a deposit. The place could eventually cost $1.8 million, though it could end up being less than that. If it gets purchased, the city wants to turn it into a 24/7 homeless shelter with 120 beds. They want to open sometime in the fall, though originally they'd hoped to open today. Obviously, that's not happening. The second thing, the council agreed to accept about $2 million in grant money for homelessness. That was given by the state to the county, and now the county has handed it off to the city, who will be allocating that money later. And finally, there's a budget ordinance on the table that would give several different organizations some money. Family Promise would get about $120,000 to keep their family beds open. Not too long ago, that organization announced they needed to cut back their beds from 80 down to 30. This money would keep them at 60. In addition, House of Charity would get $200,000 to keep their women's beds open because the city aimed to open a different full-service shelter today. Some of HOC's funding just expired. Since that shelter isn't opening, the city will now look to give HOC a one-time emergency fund to keep their women's beds open for another year. So a lot of stuff going on regarding homelessness here tonight. Like I mentioned, 2 of those things, the shelter purchase and the grant money, those have already passed. It's that new ordinance giving other organizations some money that will still be voted on later tonight. Mark, Jane?